Jaiden Rentas was a lively girl with an infectious smile and spirit who loved art, dancing, music, combing her grandfather's hair into a mohawk, cooking, and baking, as well as taking one bite out of a piece of fruit and placing it back in the refrigerator. Jaiden loved life and was looking forward to her college visits. Unfortunately, events would take place on October the 28th, 2022, that would change the lives of Jaiden, Jaiden's family, and her friends forever.
A heartbreaking end to the search for a missing teenage girl. Her family telling 19 News the 15-year-old was murdered yesterday. Police say Jaiden Rentas was shot to death in a car on West 22nd Street in Cleveland's Brooklyn Center neighborhood. Officers arrested a 16-year-old boy. He's behind bars at the Juvenile Detention Center tonight.
Remembering a young life taken too soon. Family and friends sharing their favorite memories of 15-year-old Jaiden Rentas, of how loved she was, full of hope and potential for a bright future.
She had hopes and dreams of getting into graphic design. She wanted to graduate school early so that she could pursue her dreams.
Those dreams were tragically cut short last week when Cleveland police say she was found shot to death inside a car on West 22nd Friday afternoon. A neighbor found the car parked in a field with the engine running and windshield wipers on. Now a vigil stands where her body was found.
What is it going to take for kids to stop dying? What is it going to take for this madness to end?
Her uncle, Paul Anthony Rentas, urging the community to come together to let her memory live on and not let her tragic death be in vain.
Parents need to do better and bother their kids and be in their hair about who they're with, and kids need to just listen to their parents and just heed the message and the warning, because there's nothing out here but death and destruction.
Police say a 16-year-old was arrested for her murder on Saturday. The family is now calling for the violence to stop and for everyone to do their part to make that happen.
Just put down the guns, man. Kids are taught these behaviors. Kids learn these behaviors. So just get to know your neighbors. Get to know who your kids are hanging out with.
Justice for the family of a 15-year-old girl who was murdered nearly 2 years ago. The teen who did it pleaded guilty this morning. Katie Tursek was in the courtroom.
Mr. Fisher, how do you plead to the amended count 1 reckless homicide with a 3-year firearm specification attached?
Guilty. A guilty plea from Stephen Fisher, the teen responsible for the death of this 15-year-old girl, Jaiden Rose Rentas. Her family heartbroken by this devastating tragedy. After 18 months, today they finally heard Fisher fess up. But those words will never bring their girl back.
I don't think there's anything that will ever feel like it's justice for her. And this definitely does.
The 17-year-old was 16 when he fatally shot Rentas. Her body was discovered inside a running car parked in a field in Cleveland's Brooklyn Center neighborhood.
We waited 1.5 years for the bare minimum that we could get. This person murdered our granddaughter in cold blood. A little girl who thought they were her friends and was too gullible and naive to realize that they were criminals. He's a criminal. We don't know why he did it, but it wasn't an accident.
Fisher was tried as an adult. However, since he's 17, the judge asked us not to show his face as he took the plea deal.
She was that friend that we all have that's always checking on people, who's willing to back you up.
She will never get married. She will never have children. She never got a chance at life.
Jaiden's mom, Jasmine Torres, grieving the loss of her young daughter. She expressed to a judge how this murder has impacted her and her family.
You stole the most beautiful soul from this earth, and no earthly justice will ever amend that.
Stephen Fisher sentenced to 10 years in prison for the murder of his girlfriend, Jaiden Rentas. After harboring her from her family for 10 days, he shot and killed her inside a stolen car.
Stephen did tell the police that he had dropped the magazine from the firearm and racked the slide before he put it to Jaiden's head and pulled the trigger. However, when the homicide detectives were taken to the cemetery and shown where Stephen had hid the weapon, they found that it had the magazine in the butt of the weapon and a live round still in the chamber.
After Stephen killed Jaiden, he drove to a vacant lot and left her body in the car. His lawyer telling the judge it was all an accident.
He loved her. He had no motive or interest in ever hurting that girl.
We believe Stephen Fisher's conduct is the most serious type of the offense of reckless homicide.
If it was an accident, as he said, then why flee and come back and move her and dump her in a field like she was a piece of trash instead of calling 911?
Stephen was charged with reckless homicide, grand theft auto, tampering with a corpse, and illegally possessing a gun.
Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Karen Classified. I hope you guys comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I also hope that you leave your comments down within the section below so we can get the conversation going. Here we have a case in regards to a young lady by the name of Jaiden Rentas. Unfortunately for Jaiden, she lost her life at the hands of her boyfriend. And at the time that her boyfriend took her life, he did it in a stolen vehicle and left the vehicle in a field with the engine running and the windshield wipers still going. And unfortunately for her family, she had been missing for 10 days prior to them finding her body. Jaiden, actually that morning, she got up early getting ready for school, and her mother thought that that was unusual, so it prompted her to call the school to see if she was there, and unfortunately she was not there. Her mother states that she believed that she was taken from the home or on while she was en route to school, and that it was an involuntarily. But I think as parents, we kind of get a routine of how our kids move, so you know if your kids are doing something different. In my opinion, I believe that the young lady's intention was to meet up with the young man. However, I don't think her intentions was to be gone for 10 days and or be around him for that long. This is super sad. It's unfortunate. And he definitely received an easy sentence. He only received 10 years for taking her life, and 10 years is like they gave him a year for each day that she was missing. These are the charges. When you look up the charges, he was facing murder, he was facing involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, receiving stolen property, grand theft, offenses against a human corpse, and improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle. Those are a slew of charges. They stated that they did the charges based off him being charged as an adult. However, he was still in juvenile custody, so they actually held the court hearing through the juvenile court system, however, charging him as an adult. I don't know, you guys. I just think that he had a really good attorney that was working on his side. He received 10 years. He stated it was an accident, but the person that could debunk that or say otherwise is no longer here. So it just leaves just a sticky trail. What do you guys think? Do you think the plan was for her to be with him for 10 days? Do you think that she was possibly taken, forcefully into his custody? Do you think that he should have received a harsher sentence? I don't know, you guys. I'm going to let you guys give your opinions down within the section below. And I definitely, would give my comments. But I know they say the younger the perpetrator is, the more likely they could be rehabilitated. But in some of these cases, I just find it really hard to believe when they've been engaging in so many different crimes. I honestly don't think 10 years is a long enough time. I don't believe he's going to do the full 10. I think he'll get out in maybe 8 or so. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Again, I thank you guys for listening in to Karen Classified. I hope you leave your comments down in the section below. And until the next video, you guys, I hope everyone stays safe and take care.